think it's pretty obvious that Nick and Zach have had many obvious verbal disagreements this week. It's almost, in my eyes, as if they're going out of their way to make a big point of the fact that we don't like each other. It's like there was never an issue, then all of a sudden this stuff all comes to light, and it's like all day, every day, like, go away, man, I hate you, what's going on with this? Your opinion, won't hold it to you, we'll never mention it again, we'll not state your name as it relates to it, we'll never discuss it with them. Do you think that they still have a closeness, or do you think that, and that this is all for show, or do you think that through whatever has gone down, that there is a legitimate rift there at this point?
No, I think there might be a legitimacy to that. I honestly have not spoken to either one of them about about what the former alliance was in any way. You know, as soon as what was spilled, at that point on, I was okay. Wash my hands of it. It's done. It's over with, and I have not spoke of it since, and it remains that way. But with the simple fact that I know he and Zach and Nick both had a tight bond and had an inside alliance, basically, on the four of us, which I found out through
within the
yeah. And so I mean I wouldn't put it past him, but I couldn't honestly answer that question and say yes or no.
Obviously, you guys were aware of the fact that he was working other people in the house, Nick. That is. Did that bother you, or was that part of like the group intentions all along that he would be able to pump information out of Danielle and Joe and what have you?
I think that bothered the group, and I think that's why ultimately the Kale almost felt in a way betrayed by him, and that's why she was so eager just to be like, oh, I'm going to spill the beans on it and call people out, and hopefully throw some mix up into the house and change some feelings and whatnot. So
I have a couple more questions if you don't mind.
Yeah,
actually.
no, go ahead.
One, this is a real broad-based sort of question, but it's a question I ask everyone, and I don't entirely know your answer, so I'd rather just ask again. Is sort of what made you apply to be on the show, and you know what I mean? Have you been a fan? Have you you know, was it for the challenge? Was it just because one of the things I've stood true to all along is that I really want to be playing this game with people that it really does mean a lot to. We all, it's openly known that it means a lot to Kale, and that Kale's been trying for a long time, but I didn't openly know your intentions. And you know, when you had Carol walking around here, that's the reason I take these little jabs at her all the time, because I was really put off by the fact, I mean, you have 35,000 people who are trying to be a part of this experience, and a lot of them would really kill for it, and I'm one of them, and I think the majority of the people here all fall into that category. And here she was telling us about how she's not having fun, she doesn't enjoy it, she hates everyone, she needs to go to her barbecue, and she's planning to go back to school in mid-August, and I'm thinking to myself, like,
why are you here?
This could have been
somebody else.
You know what? There's plenty of 21-year-old girls that had a catty little feud in middle school. It could have been someone else. Jessica herself could have brought, I'm sure, another rival of the level of Carol with her. And that really ate away at me. And that was actually one of the reasons why it was difficult to see Joe go, because I know that this meant a ton to Joe.
Right.
And not that by any means that's the ultimate criteria.